Alright everyone, Sunhead here. We're going to change the rear brake pads on a 2017 Nissan Maxima. If you checked out my other video, kind of already gave you a rundown on how to do the front. Got my brake pads from a company, Detroit Axle right here. 60% cheaper than any auto parts store, free shipping. Like I said, you check out my first video, man. I'm really happy with this company right here. Let me tell you, good quality product, cheaper. All right. So this one here, I'm gonna show you how to take the rear tire off. I always assume everybody knows how to take the rear tire off. I've already jacked it up here a little bit. You want to loosen your lug nuts before you get the rear tire off. Boy, it'd be nice to have an impact, wouldn't it? Somebody put lug nut locks on here. Hope you got the key. If you don't, sucks. If you don't know what a lug nut key is, it's a specialty lug nut that goes on there that helps keep people from stealing your rims. But nowadays, they just steal your whole car. Let's jack that up a little bit. Get that tire off the rim. There we go. Finish loosening them up. Get that tire off and see what these brake pads look like. I always wanted to be in a NASCAR pit crew, but I always drop lug nuts. Not the career for me. Those guys are good. Hang on, pop that tire off. Set it aside. A lot of times I set it underneath in case the car wants to fall off the jack. You're supposed to use jack stands, but I don't do that neither. I ain't underneath the car. But you got 2 bolts here on your caliper. 14mm socket. Bam. Loosen them up. I used a 21mm on the lug nuts. You can use a lug nut wrench, but I figure you already got to have a ratchet. Change the brakes. I just got the socket. They'll be snug, but not too bad. Use a rubber mallet if you need it. Bam! Right there. It's your pin. You don't want to get a bunch of dirt on that. We're going to have to lubricate that a little bit later. Set it aside in a safe place. There's the second one. If you watched my video earlier, I showed you I normally open the brake reservoir so that when you compress the caliper, it kind of helps not trap so much air in the brake lines. You get a little bit of air, but I found that it makes it a whole lot easier to just open that cap before you get started. You just slide that off. Slides right off once you get the 2 bolts out, 14mm. See if we can get the balance up there. Brake pads just kind of slide into this bracket here. Let's see if we can pop him out. Get you a little screwdriver if you need it, but They're not that bad. I was getting a little bit of brake noise. So I figure we just go ahead and put some brand new brake pads on there. That one there is a little bit low. Could have been while we had the noise. But right here, Detroit axle. Boom. Everything you need right in the package. New hardware. Brand new brake pads. Lubricant. I mean, it's all in one box. Shipped to your house. Can't ask for anything better. You got two different brake pads. You got one here. It's got this low brake pad indicator on it. You start hearing squealing. It's this little piece right here rubbing on your rotor. The squealing goes away. You got a problem. So anytime you hear brake squealing, most of the time it's these little pieces right here grounded on your rotor. Notice this one doesn't have on. They had it set up where the one with the little warning guard goes on the back. They'll just slide back into place. Before you do that, you'll get this lubricant out. It comes in the box. Give it a little old shake. Bam. Look at there. Easy tear. Squeeze some of that out on your finger. Nice and juicy. Put it anywhere where the brake pad slides. It's really important. You don't want those brake pads to kind of stick. They come with a new hardware kit. I don't change it out unless I have an issue with it. These ones here, they look pretty good. If you want to change them out, they come with the kit. Just more work for me. I don't like a lot of work. We just need to make sure the car stops. I mean, that's why we're changing brakes, right? Put that lube on there, man. Get some fresh lube on there. Grab your rag. You don't have a rag? Bam! Look at there. Right there. Takes care of all that. Gone. Okay. Next, we're going to compress this caliper here. Obviously, your new brake pads are a little thicker, so you've got to compress that caliper. That's why we opened that lid earlier. Bam! Got this kit right here. Brake kit. If you ain't got one of these, you need to get you one of these. Right there. Everything you need to change brakes. Well, compress the caliper. And seat clamp will work, but I like this thing here. You slide this plate over top. Put it over there like that. Find you the disc. Fits it. This thing right here, it slides right over the caliper, okay? Just spin that till it'll fit in there. This caliper's got a small head, so that disc ain't gonna work. Let's find something a little bit smaller. Right there. Looks like that'll work perfect. Pop that on there. I don't like that one because it's got little nubs on it. It's not gonna work for this. So we'll get this little one right here. It might do. Oh yeah, winter chicken dinner. Okay, slide that plate. Make sure it hooks in behind that caliper. That disc goes right on that caliper. Grab you a 7/8 wrench. That's if you got this tool. If you got a seat clamp, you gotta start cranking. This tool right here, I like it. You just turn that wrench, hold that lever, handle, man. You'll feel it stop. It's really, really easy. Once it stops, that's it. Back it off a little bit. Boom. Caliper's compressed. Take these brand new brake pads. Remember, put the warning indicator in the rear. Just slides in that groove. The front one without the indicator. Slide it in the groove. Pop that caliper right back over top. Make sure your little rubber bushings don't get all bound up. right here. Remember, I said we was going to lube them later. This is part of the anti-lock brake right here. Just get you a little lube. Put it on that rod. Just get some fresh stuff on there. Make sure there's no debris, no grass, no dirt. You don't want that stuff in there. I'll slide it through. Get it started. Get your other one. Put a little bit of lube on it. Remember, we still got our rag right here. Didn't go nowhere. Don't have to keep up with it. Nothing. Stays right here. Pop that one in there. Tighten it up with your hands. It goes pretty far. It's a good thing about working on newer cars. Older cars, 14mm socket. Snug that back up. Torque spec, remember, elbow torquemeter. If you're trying too hard, it's too tight. If you're not trying hard enough, it's too loose. Remember, if you over tighten it, it'll make it harder next time you do it. And there you go. Put the tire back on, same way you took it off. Make sure you snug those lug nuts up. You don't want the tire to fall off. Appreciate everyone watching. Sunhat Matt. Like and subscribe.